The more I watch how people live, the more obvious it gets that most of this isn't even real. I don't even argue with people anymore. Most of what they're defending doesn't even exist. The news isn't real. Jobs aren't real. Money isn't real. Politics isn't real. Religion isn't real. Even people don't feel real anymore. When you actually watch how people live, how they talk, how they move through the day, you can see it. Everyone's exhausted. Everyone's distracted. Everyone's repeating things that they didn't come up with themselves. People traded real connection for social media. They prefer comfort over truth. Now they spend their lives feeding systems that they didn't design and don't control. And once you see that, you can't unsee it because it explains almost everything that you're looking at. The media runs fear on a loop and keeps people emotionally reactive instead of aware. Jobs drain people instead of building them, then convince them that being tired is just part of life. Money gets created out of nothing, but somehow controls where people live and how they survive. Politics splits people into divided teams that both lead to being controlled. Religion tells people God is somewhere outside of themselves instead of showing them what's already present within. People scroll more than they feel, post more than they speak, know strangers online better than their own family. Silence makes people uncomfortable. Being alone with their thoughts feels unsafe, so they stay distracted. From where I'm standing, I can see why. Disconnected people are easier to manage, easier to scare, easier to sell to, easier to control. That's why nothing's built to slow you down. That's why everything's built to keep you busy. The system doesn't break when people fight it. That's what it's designed to do, so it keeps working. It only weakens when you stop feeding it. The moment you remember who you are, that's one less person plugged into the system. If this makes sense to you, that's because you're waking up or already reconnected to the true divine essence. Follow this page and send this to someone who's already unplugged too. Once that happens, you don't need to escape anything. You just don't participate in the game the same way anymore.